Hello and welcome to My Take, everyone. Today is a very special day. We covered pretty much informational meeting, and as far as I'm considered, we are in a state of emergency. What do you think, ladies? I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourselves.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Wagon. I'm Northern Arapaho, full-blooded of the Northern Arapaho tribe.
Liz Hodge, Arapaho Voice, tribal member.
Great. So it's great to have you on. I hardly ever have guests on. I don't know if it's the bravery thing or whatever. So I appreciate the courage to come on and speak this evening about this very important topic. Were you both at the meeting last night?
Yes.
Okay, so this is firsthand information, a firsthand experience. I was also at the meeting, so we'll be able to talk from a firsthand experience. This isn't hearsay or anything like that. This is our firsthand experience from and recount of the meeting yesterday. Okay, so this is My Take. We're on episode 9. We're chugging right along here. Let's go ahead and do the disclaimer. We are exercising our individual sovereignty. We are tribal members, and we are members of the community of the Wind River Indian Reservation. We are representing ourselves and exercising our freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and freedom of expression that is protected under the Constitution. And the difference between defamation and what we're doing, our personal opinions, is defamation is any false information that does damage, knowingly trying to damage someone. And we're not in the business of doing that. We're just presenting the facts. Everyone good with that?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And I'm not responsible for my guest comments. And I got to put that in there. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So the information meeting yesterday held at the big casino, the Blue Sky room is where it was held from 6 to 7. There was no opening prayer, but maybe we need some prayer at this point. What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so they started way late. I'm not sure why they started so late, but it didn't start until like 6:40, and we're all just kind of sitting there. It was packed. It was standing room only. So maybe they were just waiting, trying to filter in as many people as they could for the meeting. It was not a long meeting, and there were no questions allowed. Do you think that's fair?
No. Absolutely.
That was kind of not cool. So the first person up was Chairman Keenan Grossbeck, and I have re-elect written here for a reason. I'll get to that at the end of the show. But his points were low on cash. There's no more slush fund, and you guys jump in whenever you want to. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you have a specific point you want to make on any of these points, please jump in. So we have low on cash. There's no more slush fund. Do you guys know what they mean by no more slush fund? What was the slush fund? Do you guys have any input on that?
Go ahead, Liz.
Well, I can't say for sure, but my opinion, it would be like a fund where they had access to. They don't have to ask nobody. They just go, take a couple thousand out here and there.
Yeah, whenever I worked for Intertribal, the council people called the Taro. They called the Taro program. That was their little candy store. So they would go in there, and it was kind of unaccounted for because it's tribal money. That's a tribal program. That's tribal funds. And so they can kind of, dip into there whenever they want to, and no other entity is checking on them. The BIA is not checking on them. The state of Wyoming's not checking on them. Health and Human Services. No, there's no oversight to that Taro pot of money. So I do know that, council folks often refer to the tarot program as like their little candy store. Moving on then, mismanagement of funds, commingling of funds, and would one of you like to give a definition of what commingling is?
Well, they've done so much of that kind of nonsense. It'd be like taking money from one program to say like buy furniture for another program. That stuff's not, you're not supposed to do that. It's not authorized.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering if you're a program director and you are given or awarded a grant or funding to run your program, how can you account for anything if people are dipping in and there's different money going here for this and different money going there for that, and your specific allotted funding just goes into a big pot and people just kind of grab at it as they need? That's how tribal government has ran for many years. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but
Well, what's been happening. But yeah.
Which is totally irresponsible. I mean, what kind of leadership, what kind of administration and accountability, and how long has that been going on? I mean, years and years. I mean, I came into the situation, and that's what I walked into, and I don't know how long that had been going on, but that really seemed to be the norm for a long time.
that's what it sounded like last night. They said years.
And so that goes back to, councils and also tribal program administrators, COOs, CFOs, CEOs. They all knew it, So there's a ton of people who are responsible for making this mess.
Mm-hmm.
A ton.
Oh, a ton.
A ton.
And they really need to be held accountable. I mean, if this is how it starts with, grassroots folks like yourselves standing up and saying we're not going to take anymore, hopefully things will change moving into the future. So Keenan did say that people need to stop saying, "Where is my handout?" Did that kind of rub you the wrong way? That rubbed me the wrong way. I've never asked for a handout.
Well, it didn't rub me the wrong way because I agree, because we're not supposed to just be asking for money all the time for this and that. We should be self-supporting within our own families, but it's not that way. Everybody has always gotten get in trouble with can't pay your gas bill or whatever, so they turn to the council. Help me, give me my money. It's my money. You work for me. So that's been going on for a long time. If you ever worked in, the off the reservation, and you don't get no help. You get yourself in a bind, you get yourself out.
Okay, not only that, handout, right? The definition within itself, nobody's on the corner asking for a handout, right? I mean, there's all kinds of meanings. It's got a different perspective for different people, and it could be offensive. So, if you want to look into it deeper, are they meaning grants? I mean, be specific about the handout. And where we have CSPG and they help others, elders, there's a criteria. And then what we're told, for example, the last election, it was interesting for the definition of who is debt free. And we were hearing, for example, an elected official had loans. Mm-hmm. Also, they would get paid one week and they'd be broke the following week, and they wanted a handout. right? So a grant.
Wow.
So, I mean, we're talking some serious privileges here.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the truth? And
Yeah.
if anybody ever noticed on our agendas, there's been the election committee trying to amend the definition of debt free. So, everybody better start paying attention and reading the fine print,
Mm-hmm.
the criteria for an elected official. So,
That's kind of shocking.
I mean, I'm just being honest here.
Yeah.
I believe this is no secret to many people,
Mm.
but
Wow.
it's an ugly subject to be talking about, correct?
Yeah. That's shocking. That an elected official would go and spend their salary, and they are paid very well, and just to go around and apply for grants that are meant for people who are in need. That's kind of shocking and disgusting. Okay, so yeah, people need to stop saying "Where's my handout?" I appreciate the perspective that Liz gave. I guess I took it a little too personally. I was there like, "Where's my handout? Who's asking for a handout? We've never asked for a handout." But he did say very briefly and very quietly, "I take full responsibility." Did that kind of ease your angst, or did that make you guys feel any better about what was happening and being said?
No.
Did it feel hard? Did it feel genuine? It didn't feel very genuine.
Well, all of this did come out on his watch, but it's been building up over the years. So it's not his fault completely. Yeah. It's a previous council's.
Yeah.
Into this mess, and the thing is, he is trying to clean it up. There's at least 3 of them trying to clean this mess up. That's what they've done. We're at midterm. We've got 3 trying to clean up the mess. And we got 3 stopping progress.
Okay, so nothing's going to get done. It's basically a lame duck type of situation in council right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got a 3-on-3 going on.
And you ladies know that because you actually go into the belly of the beast. You go into tribal council chambers and you talk to these people.
Yes.
Yeah. We want to help. I mean, anything we can do,
Well, not only that, it's not hearsay. We're going in.
Yeah.
We're talking to them directly.
Yeah.
And we're scheduling meetings.
Yeah.
We're being
who's there.
Yeah,
and who's not.
Yeah. And then being professional, respectful, coming in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the moccasin hotline.
Mm-hmm.
We're going in. So, when you got people saying, "Oh, I heard they beat each other up," and I get kind of upset. I'm like, really? Huh? And it's kind of like with the gossip, what if you truly believe that, go schedule a meeting and ask them directly.
Mm-hmm.
So
they do have an open door policy, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But even then, we've waited there till we're seen.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right, so moving right along, they say that they've been dipping into casino revenue to keep things afloat. Ew, really?
Not good.
And then I don't know, I don't want to spread rumors or anything, but allegedly the casino has 4 months of operating costs. And after those 4 months, allegedly the casino may be closing doors, but that's all allegedly. Tribal money is now in individual tribal program accounts. So they've been talking about this for years. They bought a software system. I think there was talk that they bought 2 accounting systems that, not cheap whenever it comes to big organizational accounting software programs. But finally, apparently, each program has their own bank account, and because of this, we are kind of in this situation, and we're feeling the pinch. But I think it's a good thing to have it separated and accounted for. What's your opinion?
Okay, my opinion, I don't believe if we are that in the red and they said this has been going on and they knew it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The system that they previously had worked, and you utilize it the best that you know how. And you really need to know what the heck you're doing. So we got a lot of people out there that will sell software, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the best.
Yes.
This is what you need.
Best product.
Best
on the
product,
market.
you know.
What is the name of the software?
I don't even have my notes in front of me.
Oh, okay.
But
is it MIP? Because that's what it was whenever I worked for Intertribal. Is it MIP?
No.
No.
But
No.
whatever it is, it does the exact same thing as the other one. I mean, they all do the same thing.
Not necessarily. In fact, the salesman sold it, and then at the same time, there's another part to it. So we're going to have to buy another part in order to make it all synchronized. And then you think of the money, the training, right? To train everybody.
Mm-hmm.
How much this cost, and people can look it up, but I would say a guesstimate price tag would be $3 million.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't come cheap.
Right. And
Yeah.
like I said, if it's not MIP, they had already thrown hundreds of thousands of dollars at MIP. And if they chucked that and then started with a new software system, I mean, what a waste. What did you call it, Liz, before we started during our chat? Fraud, waste, and abuse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they're not real knowledgeable and stuff like this. Well, it depends on who decided to buy this software. Did they know what they were doing and sell this to the council?
Like a hookup? Okay, so they are saying exact numbers will be out at the next general council meeting. I think some people were kind of pressing him a little bit, like, okay, give us some numbers, give us some specifics. And he kind of brushed it off as I'll have more to present at general council. So show up for general council. There we did a plug for general council, and show up for the specifics of what he's talking about. So they're cutting tribal programs and laying people off. What are some of the stories you're hearing out there?
Yeah, they've cut quite a few. They have cut quite a few. I wouldn't say they cut just shut the whole thing down, but there's been a lot of layoffs. Like the embroidery shop, which wasn't making any money anyway. What else, Nicole? Maintenance. Rappel first had some layoffs. Maintenance was one of them. What else? Well, that's trouble wide. There's victim services. They were laid off, but I don't know if they have anything to do with the council.
Well, the list is rolling, so.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I had that off. All right. So moving on here. People wanting a handout. He made that comment. And again, it's like fingernails down to chalkboard whenever he was saying that. It was like, ugh. And then the next, life flights and medical grants cost the tribes a lot of money. Do you think we should be funding those?
I do, because there's what we have insurance, this, that, to, whatever, and with our tribe to take care of our people. So it's a business. You think they would tap into that business, because again, we like to make everybody else thrive off of our tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thought on that. It was interesting, and people around me listening to what was being shared, and a young lady said, I guess what's the solution? We gotta quit dying. I mean,
Ooh.
But that's how their opinions were coming on out,
Yeah.
of taking care of our people.
It's kind of crappy that that's one of the first things that you complain about, having to pay,
right,
and support. That's one of the first things you're going to complain about.
Well, not only that, I mean, all of it. You can't help it. Health issues, things happen, life flights, cancer, things like that. But it's tough. I'll share an example of my life flight with my daughter. I had to lobby for the life flight, and lobby for 4 signatures, and she's a tribal member.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're outspoken, not well liked, but take it out on me. Don't take it out on my kid. And I had to do a GoFundMe. Mm-hmm. And these are people's lives. And Lord forbid if they're ever put into that kind of position. Because, to be prepared for medical emergencies in that capacity, because right when you hear lifeline, it's serious.
Oh yeah, they don't play around with that kind of thing, and it's not like we have a choice. We're very rural. I mean,
yeah,
there's you have no choice in the matter. Okay, thank you for sharing that story. For sure, Nicole. Thank you for sharing that. Mm-hmm. So he ended his little dissertation or his little blurb with, "Go out and make your own living."
Wow. That really uplifted everybody in the room, right?
Well, I don't know what was happening where you guys were sitting, but after he was done and he sat down, there was an applause. And I was like looking around, and then they're like, "What kind of planet am I on?" I was not applauding. I was. Okay, so moving
on another note, I'd like to say that at least he stood up as a chairman, and he did state full responsibility. But we know that should not solely fall on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
But at least he stood up and spoke to the people.
Yeah, we had one council member who did not at all.
Two.
We had 2, which would I know that one was Lloyd Goggles. Who was the other one?
Mr.
Michael Yellowbone.
Yeah, he spoke.
He did?
Yeah.
I missed it. It must have been a whisper. I was sitting up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that slide. So stay tuned. But let's go ahead and push on through here. Okay, so co-chairwoman Kim Harjo got up. Another I have to reelect here, annotated because that's going to be part of my take wrap up. So casino revenue is down. Okay, that's not a shocker. Trump executive orders have hurt the tribes. Do you think that's true?
To some extent, maybe. But I don't want to go there right now. A little, maybe.
Again, no specifics. What specific Trump executive order has hurt the tribes?
Unless you're guilty of fraud, waste, and abuse, then yeah, come on in, Mr. Trump, and shut this program down. But other than that, no, she didn't say what or who or anything. Just blame Trump.
Yeah, blame Trump. Exactly.
The chairman said this has been going on for years.
Yeah.
And then she stands up, the co-chairman states it's Trump's fault.
Yeah.
Trump's fault. Gas and oil prices.
Exactly. And my opinion on it is, we should be impervious. Our operations as a tribe should be impervious to whoever's in the administration or the White House administration. We should still be able to maintain our programs, still be able to help our families, regardless of who's in the White House. I mean, am I off base with that?
Well, aren't we sovereign?
Right? Yeah, right?
We make our own rules. I mean, we could start whatever businesses we want, and what has Harjo done? She's ready to term out. What has she done the past 7 years? That's what I'd like to know. Where's our community centers that she campaigned about the previous term?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing, Harjo? I don't know.
I don't know either. So she says that tariffs will bring a fourth depression. She predicts that shelves in Walmart will be bare by the holidays.
And we're not prepared.
And we're not prepared. I don't think the shelves will be bare by the holidays. They might look different. Some of your Chinese food and some of your Indian food or whatever, or Venezuelan beef or whatever might not be in Walmart. But it'll look different, but I don't think the shelves are going to be bare. No. But you know what? That's a prediction that she made. So watch that.
Yeah, that's a correct word, prediction. But I mean, it didn't sit well with me. No. And I was shaking my head because, everybody, let's just blame Trump. We got to blame somebody.
Well, yeah, blame somebody, but not myself. I'm not responsible for anything that's happened to my tribe, my tribal members, our economy. She's not responsible for any of it. That's my take.
Yeah, I agree. So get your own firewood. Go hunt and dry your meat. I was starting. She really lost me there because I don't know. That just kind of was out of left field. It was odd.
I agree. The feeling I got was, first thing that came to my mind was our elders. So basically, we're going to go tell our elders who may be in walkers, who are old, you get on out there and you get hunting.
And cut your own wood.
And cut your own wood. We got to go back to old ways.
It was a little bizarre to me. I mean, I think we could be able as a community to get together and help our elders with firewood. And there are tribes and there are reservations that do get hunting groups together, and the young ones go out and they hunt and they bring in the meat, and then it's processed, and then it's divvied out to the elders and that sort of thing. It would be great to have a program like that, but just the way she said it, it sounded really odd.
Well, not only that, what do we specifically have in place for our elders?
No.
That's an excellent question.
I mean, really. I mean,
They can go to Little Win Loans and get a loan.
well, not only that, remember the year before, we want to help our elders, right? I
Yeah.
pointed it out to where, come on in, apply for a loan,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll help you with your propane. Our elders are on a fixed income.
Yeah.
All other tribes that I know of literally take care of their elders.
As it should be.
So you're putting them more in debt.
Yeah.
So I raised enough, a point about the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting. The following year, there was no loan. Did you,
Mm-hmm.
That must have fell on somebody's ears.
Right. Exactly. That's not a good model to take care of your elders here to get a high interest loan out to pay for your stuff. Okay. Right? Yeah. She does say our trump card is that we are in a better state than other tribes are because we've paid our way, and I get her point on that. We have, I think we've paid twice for our land and our right to be on this reservation. The Shoshones kind of kicked it up, they didn't pay or whatever, so we paid them. Maybe you guys can help me with a little bit of the history of that. But she is correct in that aspect. She believes that, if Trump were to somehow have an executive order that wipes out all Native Americans, we do have a card saying, well, this is a bill of sale. This has been paid for in full. We belong here. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, we paid twice. That's true. So I truly believe we're probably the only tribe that ever had to pay for their own land.
Right. And that's important for folks to know, right?
Yeah, I mean, you want to go fight a battle, go get the refund on that from the government.
Right.
So, yeah, I want a refund.
What is that? Reparations? I have a hard time pronouncing that word. I don't know why. Reparations, something to that effect. Okay, so she says they have been working for at least 2 years getting these internal controls, which is that new software system, and now it's here. I guess they have SOPs now that I'm assuming would have to go with that, along with that software system. And the sticking point, the kind of like jab, was you wanted transparency. Well, here it is.
She's not going to try to be transparent. Sorry, but she's not.
Like somehow this is a punishment for asking for transparency and accountability. This is what we get.
Correct. And if it was so transparent, our people want answers. That room would have been filled to the gills.
Right.
And it was, should I say this? It was near and dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Your elders come up to me. I came to the meeting because I don't know what's going on. They do not have social media. They have hearing aids. There's no newsletter, papers, nothing. Many tribes have come into the 20-something century here.
Yes.
And they're not secretive about where the tribe sits. And they send these newsletters out to the tribal members that live off the reservation. They engage all their people.
Yes.
So I beg to differ on the word transparency.
Mm-hmm.
And
like I know there's a tribe out there that uses, like, their tribal members are shareholders. And
Correct.
so they're treated like shareholders. They have shareholder meetings, they have updates, they have a login on their website where you can log in and as a tribal member look at the payments that you've had that and it's treated like an enterprise, like a corporation.
Yes.
And they hire their own people, and yeah, you may have to go somewhere to work on a contract or something, but it's a good paying job, and they try to facilitate that. So I've seen that business model or government model, however you want to call it, and people are very happy with it in that area. It's Alaska, I believe.
Yakima Nation does it.
Yeah, so there are different models out there that we could be. I mean, this, in my opinion, this is a systemic problem issue, and maybe we need to look at different models of governance.
Yes.
Okay, so another, she's really giving the people a pep talk as a leader. I'm coming from a military background, and so I've been given bad news over my 22 years in the military. It's not all rainbows and sunshine, but our leadership always, I was so disappointed. They all looked like they were about ready to cry. And they all look down and depressed. And for a leader to say that they are sad and scared, I just that just every hair on my head stood up like, ew. Liz, you're a prior military person. How did that settle with you?
Well, yeah, I was military, but when Sammy stood up and said, what she said about, she new to this, didn't really know what she was doing, and starting to see all this, the mess that we're in, yeah, I could feel the pain there. But I don't know, the way that Harjo was delivering all this news, it's like, I don't know, it's like she didn't really care. And I felt the others were more, I'm sorry, guys, this is where we are, and we're trying. That's what I got out of it.
Okay.
Well, not only that, but I grew up military, and for the leadership, do they really understand the definition of transparency? And second, when she stated, we need to come together, not be divided. Also, it's our neighbor's fault. She stated it's Eastern Shoshone's fault. And I don't care for that.
Mm-mm.
And we need to fight for our land and water.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really interesting because where was she when we were battling to fight for Pilot Butte Conveyance Act?
Mm-hmm.
And I embrace our neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
I have grandchildren that are show rap.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's better to work with than against. And there was a lot of blame. So we blamed Trump, right?
Yeah.
We blamed quite a bit. And I think it's unacceptable.
Yeah, absolutely. So the
Because
whole
I could just share for a fact that there was 3 Eastern Shoshone members that came to the call of duty. And there was one Northern Arapaho, which was Mr. Keenan Grosbeck, that showed up to help us to fight. Second, it wasn't a secret. We met with all in a tribal council the day before. So out of respect, they knew what was going on. If you really care, we're talking about our land and water. We're talking how we're taught culturally that our water is sacred.
Hmm.
And I know I'm taught you never sell your land.
Right.
So that's how I looked at that. When you're preaching to everybody, we need to come together.
Mhm.
Yet internally, you got a 3-on-3 team going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk some facts here.
Hmm.
So, what do you think, Liz?
Yeah, they're divided right there in our own chambers. You know, they're divided. So where's the unity in there? Are they gonna,
They need to practice what they preach.
right?
And the bottom line, you're for the people,
Hmm.
and that's for the next generations to come.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
where I come in to stand up, speak out, protest, you name it.